shaved off, he got done. My constant about us. Okay. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions when someone says you don't have potential or they're willing to blackmail you against you. You know, game stalking is real until it's your household and you're not doing it for likes and views or cloud chasing. My content is not for everyone. It's not. To the genuine ones with no malicious intentions, I truly hope that you continue to heal and find peace within regards to who gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. My content is not for everyone. I say that's something. No, if the J don't got done, my content's not about this. Okay. It's not. Where do I start? Today is currently July 13th. No, July 14th, 2025. Always be yourself with no malicious intention. I say that respectfully. Unconditional love hits different. The beauty starts within weathering the storm they couldn't relate to. Understanding your value. Understanding it was an even exchange of the stimulant of the day. The energy hits different when folks wanted to kick you down. You wasn't trying to fit in, but you knew how to fix your crown. God gave you balance to acknowledge your work. We not pray the same. Coming from poverty and pain. But respect a two-way street. It makes some folks feel uncomfortable. Even when you get lost in your words, don't lose you. Because God gives you guidance when it comes to unconditional love. It started with them. They would never understand how you weather that storm. Understanding your reflection, how you stand before yourself today. Understanding that, hold on 1 second. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. Hold on 1 second. That confidence is good on you today. Never give up on yourself when someone says you don't have potential. Never give up on yourself because someone gave up on you or overlooked you during your journey. Regardless of what you was going through, you know what was part of that hate train. You didn't have hate in your vein. You wasn't doing that he say, she said at the end of the day. When they try to project spell towards you, the tick for tech wasn't part of you. They would never understand growth when it comes to maturing. The energy is different when you was pouring into the wrong cup, but you still showed up for you when you least expected. To find balance when you almost lost yourself in that chapter. They would never understand your point of view, how God allows you to feel to truly heal and go within. It was never for likes and views of clouds, just no more fame. To understand, hold on 1 second, you are worthy. I'm not genuine respect, and my content is not for everyone. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. She's a beauty, she's a beauty, she's a beauty. She's a beauty, she's a beauty, she's a beauty. That is different. She overcame so many storms when folks was doing her wrong. She didn't know how to fix her crown, but her neighbor showed her how. She wasn't trying to fumble her, she poured into the wrong cup. Only to realize her neighbor showed up. End of the day, don't miss your stop when it comes to that unconditional love. It may take some time to heal trauma and pain, but when you got the right people around you, they truly show you how to heal to understand better days. The energy is different. She's a beauty, she's a beauty, she's a beauty. She's a beauty, she's a beauty, she's a beauty. The beauty started within, only she realized to understand her own reflection. Looking in the mirror, she's been pointing in the right direction. Folks just throwing spoke at her right to left. They said that she was mentally ill, but she was truly keeping it real. She was trying to find herself to understand she was being pointed in the wrong direction. They said that she didn't know how to weather her own storm, but God wasn't showing her wrong. God allowed her to see why she was on that empty stomach. Understand that, hold on 1 second, I can't fumble me another day. She's a beauty, she's a beauty, she's a beauty. She's a beauty, she's a beauty, she's a beauty. She's beautiful, she's beautiful. I may not know how to sing, but always be yourself, and I say that respectfully. You know, the beauty started with them. A woman didn't know how to fix her crown. Being put in situations made her feel so vulnerable to go within. She thought it was the norm at the end of the day. She was losing hope, but only while she wasn't trying to lose herself to understand that she wasn't trying to lose herself to pain another day. She knows how it feels to be homeless. She knows how it feels for folks not to root her on a rainy day. She knows how it feels for folks to show up for her, not to show up for her, to do her wrong. She was being pointed in the wrong direction, only to realize that God didn't make a mistake. God allowed her to weather that storm. God gave her the strength to realize the hold on 1 second. God got your back. She almost fumbled herself. Only realized the hold on 1 second. She wasn't her own bad habit. You know, with growth comes change. I may not make sense to the average person when it comes to pain. But when you least expect it, being pointed in the wrong direction come from poverty and pain. When you least expect it, you wasn't trying to lose hope another day. That faith hits different. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. They said that she was incapable of weathering her own storm without loving herself to go within when folks wanted to do her wrong. They wanted to abuse her mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. They wanted to rob her mentally, physically, financially. But she realized she was worthy, regardless who gave up over to her journey. That energy is different. Overcoming the mindset with bad habits, only because she wasn't trying to lose herself. Only because she still had the potential to become a better self, vision of herself. Even when chicks and dudes was throwing spark at her, they said that she was going to win at the end of the day, but she was willing to weather her storm to understand that the testimony actually allowed her to hit different. You know, because the hit started with them. Because it started with home first when she least expected. They wasn't pouring into her, so she couldn't shortchange herself a vision they couldn't relate to. The unconditional love started with them when it comes to growth and maturing. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. I love myself not to dim my light. I ain't trying to lose hope with them. She wasn't trying to sugarcoat it. Being her biggest cheerleader. Only realized she couldn't fumble herself because folks couldn't relate to her vision. She taught her shoot different. She never had hate in her vein, regardless she was dealing with trauma and pain. She may not make sense to the average person, being authentic, but she wasn't trying to hurt herself, but she had enough when it came to pain. She found herself to go within days when she used to hurt herself with her own words, didn't understand her own reflection, only was that God was showing her, hold on 1 second, you are worthy of showing up for yourself another day. I got your back. Always be yourself and normal listen to not that respectful. When you feel like you're not making sense to the average person, the right people see you, hear you, and respect you, no misintentions. That ain't just different. You know, when you be your biggest shooter, they would never understand how you weathering that storm when folks in the background trying to do you wrong. Always be yourself and normal intentions. I'm Naya, genuine love, respect, and my content is not for everyone, and that's okay. No, I didn't say that. I got him. Oh my God. She's a beauty, she's a beauty, she's a beauty. She's fine, she's all the way fine. They said that she was crazy, but she wasn't that fine. They picked and choose when they wanted to abuse her. Only why she wasn't trying to lose hope within. At the end of the day, going within, understand the beauty started within. They didn't want to pick her because of her reality. She actually had confidence at the end of the day to become the woman that she wanted to be. With no malicious intention. That unconditional love is different. They would never understand how she weathered that storm. When folks wanted to kick her down, they would never understand how she got back up. She was the blessing, she was the blessing, she wasn't fumbling herself. She was the blessing, she was the blessing, she wasn't fumbling herself. She had hope within to be faithfulness. You know, she had hope to understand her faithfulness. It started within. She got lost in her words some days. But getting discouraged, it wasn't part of her. Regardless who was rooting for her, she still showed up for her herself every single day. Yeah, she got lost in her words like any normal person wouldn't do. Because it happens in life at the end of the day. She didn't get discouraged because God gave her balance. You may not understand how she maintained and smiled overcoming that storm at the end of the day. Yeah, folks try to do her wrong, but she was really paying attention not to lose hope with them. They didn't pour into her, but she poured into them. They abused her mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially, but God was saying, hold on 1 second, I got your back. They ain't going to understand how you weather this storm. The beauty always started within when it comes to unconditional love. Imagine not knowing how to love yourself, only to find yourself, to better yourself. It was never for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame. When you truly go within and understand your reflection, hold on 1 second, how change was on the way. Because that growth hits different when it comes to maturing, acting your body when the shoe size and God then tell a lot of the day. You mad in your word, don't get discouraged. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions, and I say that respectfully. It's individuals that don't know how to express themselves. It's individuals that pour into the wrong cups, that blackmail them against them for keeping it real. How do you have a safe place with somebody when they doing shit for likes and views, cloud chasing, or fame? At the end of the day, they behind the closed doors throwing sport at you right, the left to project pain. They even trying to rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, even financially, to damn your life, to paint you up to be the villain in their story, all because you know how to respect somebody and whether the story they can relate to was going within. Folks be like, I got your back, I hear you. But the first thing they want to do at the end of the day is try to get you, got to put you in a cycle, say that you incoherent, slow, stupid, and retarded at the end of the day, or because you spoke up for yourself the most healthiest way. It's men and women that talk with their eyes, let alone eyebrows, let alone hands that end when they wasn't trying to hurt nobody, let alone their neighbor. We all ain't the same. Be a train of thought for me. Our vocabulary not the same when it comes to respect, because it came from poverty and pain. It's not a crime to be your authentic self, and I say that respectfully. Always be yourself with no malicious intentions. I'm not your general respect, and my content is not for everyone. It's not. Have a safe year, day, evening, week, weekend. You matter, you're worthy. You know, gang stalking is real. Just because it's not happening in your household, it's happening in someone's household. That's not doing it for likes and views or clout chasing or fame. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, regardless who's in it behind the scenes trying to project a hate crime towards me, or whoever is trying to blackmail me against me. Folks say that you ain't got potential, but they sit there and won't put respect in your name. They watch your every move at the end of the day and see that you truly are somebody, but they don't want you to outshine them. They see that you do got potential, but they would try to cause confusion in your life. Got the next door neighbor sending you stalk right to left, trying to distract you, telling you every move, then mad a tax bracket, trying to make you feel like you wasn't worthy of choosing you. They wanted you to live in fear. They wanted to keep you down and keep you down and make you sure that you actually fumble you and be a crash out. But that energy is different when it comes to maturing. I wasn't running from my past. I don't he say, she said, when, hold on one second, I was not part of your competition when it comes to elevation. Never give up on yourself when someone says you don't have potential, and I say that respectfully. But they watch your every move and they truly inspired. But they would never put respect in your name because they would hide behind spellwork. Gang stalking projected a whole hate train, all because you wasn't trying to dim your light. It's a train of thought for me. Always be yourself. When God sends record into your life, they see you, they hear you, they respect you with no malicious intention. I say that respectfully. You matter, you're worthy. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, or misunderstanding day. Chicks and dudes be having this jealousy mindset. They be watching you move like a bad habit at the end of the day. You would swear they truly hungry because the way they be moving at the end of the day, they ain't moving like acting like, God damn it, she okay. It be a train of thought for me. They say that you got potential, but they try to paint you out to be the issue. They be talking about they at peace with themselves, but they forgot to better themselves when it comes to their own reflection, loving themselves, and staying in their lane. They look at you like competition when you was never competing. They got so much hate in their vein at the end that we ain't the same. It be a train of thought for me, regardless they came from poverty and pain. It be a train of thought for me. How folks be wanting you to humble yourself. Didn't matter they tax bracket with their bad habits. They wanted you to lose control when it came to discipline. They try to antagonize you, catch a case, but hold on one second, you understand confidence. God gave you to acknowledge your word. Even when you got lost in your words, you didn't disturb your peace. The hate is different. That's what they wanted you to do. They didn't want you to be at peace with yourself, not wearing a mask. No, it's a changeover. We're all not the same. Always be a step with no malicious intentions. Never far from a hater. How they put you in competition when it comes to trauma and pain. You was never that type of person at the end of the day because you wanted everybody to truly heal to go within, but they would never understand. We ain't the same. Always be yourself with no malicious intention. I say that respectfully. No mother or father or loved one should have to lose a loved one because someone lacks self-control and someone is trying to rob somebody mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially because someone has a hate train towards somebody because they don't like somebody because of the fact that someone knows how to elevate. Someone knows how to be their biggest cheerleader. It's a train of thought for me. Or someone truly has potential of becoming their best self as themselves, even if they don't understand direction when it comes to order in their life. But they ain't trying to hurt their neighbor. They know how to respect their neighbor, stay in their lane. That ain't just that we ain't the same. You know, regardless if you're an entrepreneur or not, you start from somewhere. And jealousy and envy is real. I actually returned back that sin. I actually returned back the sin, and I say that respectfully, because we all not the same when you talk about you truly ill. You talking about you have peace with yourself, but you got yourself in competition with the next person trying to kick them down. You want to see them frown at them maintain a smile. You watch it behind fake pages like a roach at the end of the day, scattering. Hold on 1 second, when someone truly actually speaking the truth. When someone didn't have to disturb your peace, all they had to do was be their authentic self. Hold on 1 second. Doctor, what's wrong with these motherfuckers? I don't know. And they projecting your mindset mentally unstable. Behold the lies they had to tell at the end that they try to discourage you. When you dismiss yourself from somebody's life, all bridges off the table, and I say that respectfully, folks be feeling entitled. All because they want to control the narrative, so they gotta rob you mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, even project a hate crime on you. Got you shadow banned right to left. They got folks in different tax brackets. The end they trying to discourage an innocent person, but that person keeps showing up for themselves. Got folks in different tax brackets throwing sport right to left. Got these witches, these warlocks, terrorists, these karmics trying to dim somebody's life to project fear in them, all because of the fact that someone lacks self-control and come to discipline. It's train of thought for me. How folks be wearing a mask and they talking about they have peace with themselves. If you truly healed at the end of the day talking about you have peace with yourself, you wouldn't try to keep the next person down. I say that respectfully. When someone threatens your life that nobody's going to ever believe you, you're not wrong for speaking up for yourself. And I say that respectfully. My content is not for everyone. And I say that respectfully. It's not. And that's okay. I'm Naya Genuine Respect, and today is currently July 14th, 2025. I may be wet, can't corny to you, but I'm being authentic, something that you couldn't relate to. Be yourself, don't dim your light. Be yourself, don't dim your light. Check you up, neighbor, far from a hater. We ain't the same, neighbor, stay in your lane, hater. And check on me, I don't want through my vein. Have a safe year, day, evening, weekend, humanity worthy. Protect your energy, protect your family. Stay out of trouble and stop the violence. I would never hurt myself, good day, bad day, misunderstand day, regardless of behind the scenes trying to rob me mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. And who's ever trying to project a hate crime towards me, or whoever joined the hate train when it comes to me. I don't live in fear, and I say that respectfully. When God sends the right people into your life, I don't worship the devil. I worship the good God with no malicious intentions. And I don't play with spoke. I don't gang store people. I don't have you devices. And I don't project spoke towards my neighbor. And I don't run from he say, she say. I can repeat everything that I said. And I don't run from my past. We ain't the same when it comes to maturing. And I ain't got a destiny to strike with nobody, and I say that respectfully. When God sends the right people into your life, regardless they came from poverty and pain, they don't got hate in their vein. That jealousy and envy is not in their intuitions. When it comes to hold on 1 second, they wasn't lack confidence. They didn't have insecurity problems. Regardless of they upbringing was the end of the day. If they had a moms and pops in the household, they didn't know how to love themselves, that they was willing to better themselves. That energy is different, was never for likes and views of cloud chasing or fame. They damn sure ain't have hate in their vein, because that elevation hits different when you got the right people in your life. And I say that respectfully. It was never to outshine each other. It was respect, understand, uplifting each other. We not the same. Don't tip me like neighbor. I'm not a hater. I'm not aging on respect, and my content is not for everyone. When it comes to my creativity, regardless who's trying to blackmail me against me at the end of the day, I work alone. I say that respectfully. It's no third party. I work alone. I don't do he say, she say, because chicks and dudes be jealous. I don't got time for nobody's one-sided competition, or let alone they lack of insecurity at the end of the day, being authentic. It's a train of thought for me how that will bother someone's sight and day when it comes to someone's vocabulary, lack of awareness at the end of the day. Because if you actually respect your neighbor, you just stay in your lane. If you don't like someone at the end of the day, you keep far away from them. It's the train of thought for me. I project pain. We ain't the same when it comes to elevation. I don't outshine the next person. I just respect my neighbor. If I like something that you got going on, I'm going to say it out loud and hold on 1 second, proud with my ass. Not my chest. No, the shake on me. I got to take a shit. No, shake on me. I stop. I'm not a type of person who is in fear to approach somebody and acknowledge at the end of the day, your creativity is nice. You are a decent person. You have nice shoes. Or to congratulate somebody with their success. Or you have a nice blouse at the end of the day. I'm not going to sit there and shit on the next person. I'm going to uplift my neighbor. But when folks feel like they can just do the most and kick you down, discourage you, and now you wrong for talking too much at the end of the day, because they wanted to do you wrong, they didn't want you to elevate, we ain't the same, and they're going to fall from a hater. It's a shame thought for me. You talking about you acting your tax bracket way, but you try to humble somebody with the jealousy and hate and envy, shadow banning somebody, paying this person, paying that person to make sure someone don't elevate. but it's within them, not on them. And it's just different. I don't worship the devil. You will never understand God's plan. Even when you try to play God, at the end of the day, God see what you're doing behind closed doors when it comes to your fake intentions. Because if you were so real at the end of the day, you keep it real and say you truly at peace with yourself, and you ain't wearing a mask. We ain't the same, neighbor. No, I have to change. I mean, always be yourself and number 6. I'm nice and respect. And my conscience is not everybody. It's not. I may not make sense to the average person, but I never wanted to fit in. I just know how to respect my neighbor. That ain't just different. I'm my biggest cheerleader at the end of the day. You know, regardless of the type of relationship it is, if it's a marriage, if it's not a marriage, or whatever it is, if someone's not going to show you support at the end of the day, and you're pouring and investing into them more than you're pouring into yourself, sometimes in life you just gotta walk away and it's okay. They're gonna disrespect you behind your back and paint you out to be the villain in their story, but they would never talk about all the good that you poured into them. And be the train of thought for me. How when God is stirring that pot up, when it comes to your blessings, that rejection actually hits different. When it comes to your past, God was protecting your mental health, but on your unconditional love, they would never understand. It was never competition. I ain't think I was better than nobody. I just understood at the end of the day, I had to love me to realize, hold on a second, I wasn't trying to lose me in the day. Always be yourself with no misintentions. When you're not running from your past, God will send the right people into your life. Good day, bad day, and misunderstanding day. And I say that respectfully. I'm far from a hater. I'm nice and I'm respectful. My content's not everybody. Have a good day. Peace and respect, say respect, say never stop about you. Anywhere, don't dim your light, go you, never, never, don't dim your light. Have a good day. Thank you for your time.